Hello and hola. Today I'm going to show you how to make a healthy version of a Tex-Mex favorite, fajitas. These quick chicken fajitas are served with black beans and Spanish rice. So we are slashing fat and calories, but I promise that you won't notice because they still taste amazing. So let's get started with our chicken. Here I have 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breasts that I have pre-cut. Now, I always cut my chicken, meat, or fish on a different cutting board from my vegetables and thoroughly wash them before using them again. These are just a couple of extra steps in helping to prevent cross-contamination, which means bacteria passing from one food to another, and we don't want any of that going on in our kitchen. Now, at the stove, I have this large skillet that has been coated with cooking spray, which is right here. That is where we save a lot of calories because restaurant fajitas are typically cooked in a fair amount of oil. I have that over medium-high heat because we need to hear that famous fajita sizzle. So into the skillet goes our chicken. I'm using tongue so I don't have to handle the raw meat again. Sizzle, sizzle. So I'm going to cook these strips about 3 minutes until they're browned. They cook up fast because they're just such small pieces. Now you could easily use lean pork strips or shrimp if you like instead of chicken. Okay, my chicken is looking brown. It's not fully cooked at this stage, but that's fine because we're going to add in some more ingredients and then continue to cook everything together. I'm reducing the heat to medium and adding 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce. At the store, always look for the reduced sodium, low sodium, or less sodium soy sauce because the regular stuff is sky high in sodium. Okay, next I'm adding pepper strips from 1 medium red bell pepper. You can use any color, green, red, orange, yellow, whatever you prefer. Usually green and red bell peppers are the least expensive. Okay, now in goes 1 medium sliced white onion, right here. Again, you can use white, red, purple, yellow. You can really get colorful with this recipe. Wow, it is looking so good. Okay, and it goes our spices. We're gonna add half a teaspoon of black pepper. And half a teaspoon of cumin, a very common spice in Mexican cooking. So I'm going to give that a quick stir. And then we're gonna cover it up for about 8 to 10 minutes until the chicken is cooked through. Every few minutes or so, I'll give it a quick stir to make sure none of the chicken or veggies is sticking to the skillet. So while that is cooking, I am going to get my beans and rice ready. Some people use refried beans, which are usually cooked with lard or bacon grease, but instead, we're going to use black beans, which are a healthier alternative. I've coated this pot with cooking spray, and I'll put that over low heat here. And into the pot goes 1 can of fat-free, no salt added black beans. Now we just need to mash them into the pot with about 1 cup of water and a few dashes of garlic powder and cumin. Here's the garlic powder. And we have a little bit of cumin. I use a fork or a potato masher to get them to the right consistency. So I'm going to do that, mash them up a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to warm them up for about 10 minutes, giving them a stir here and there. So let's start with that. Okay. And for my Spanish rice, I'm keeping it super simple. I've already cooked 1 cup of instant brown rice, following the instructions on the package. And now I'm just going to mix in half a cup of salsa from a jar. I always look for the one that has the lowest amount of sodium. So we'll put it in, give it a quick stir, and that's it. Now, I usually pop the rice back in the microwave for about 30 seconds right before serving to get it warm again, but you can serve it at room temperature if you prefer. Okay, time to put together our fajitas. I'm really excited about this. So here's our chicken and all of our toppings. You can assemble these and serve or let the family do it themselves. Honestly, that's half the fun of this recipe. Here I have 8 taco-sized corn tortillas. And onto my tortilla, I am spooning on that yummy chicken and peppers with onions. Okay, get some peppers in there. And then I'm gonna get a scoop of beans. I'm gonna put this down. Get a scoop of beans. And put it on my plate. I think I'm gonna get more than a scoop because they smell too good. And then I get a scoop of rice. Put it on my plate. Okay. Then I'm gonna add a little sliced avocado. I think there's room in there for sliced avocado. Okay, as such. I'm gonna top it off with a little more salsa. I think there's room for that. And you can also have fat-free sour cream added as a topping too. And if you prefer, just spoon the beans and rice on the side like I did instead of laying it on top of the chicken tortilla. It's just another way to serve this delicious dish. Well, I hope you have enjoyed our trip to the border with our heart-healthy and quick chicken fajitas with black beans and Spanish rice. Until next time, adios.